Hey, Anthony, we talked to Dwight about your discussion on the sideline. Just wondered what you took out of it from that moment and kind of how you guys are dealing with it at this point, if at all.
There we go. There's two guys who's very competitive who just want to win games.
He said that it might have been just on the court, something defensive, whatever it was. Do you think there's anything with the level of frustration, or is something you think is in the past at this point?
No, it's over with.
And then LeBron, just one question: the fourth quarter, was there something you guys found going to the rim that hadn't been there this game, plus the season opener, that you saw, and anything else? Just trying to find some of that cohesion.
Yeah, just trying to find a rhythm. Really trying to play with pace. One thing in the fourth quarter we got stops. We gave up 21 points. A lot of those points was either threes because we were trapping or just free throws late in the game. So we got stops, which allowed us to get out and run. Russ was able to get a lot of defensive rebounds, push early, which he's really good at. And, we just got the ball moving, had a lot of space out there, and just playing kind of like carefree basketball, not really thinking too much, just kind of reacting.
AD, both you and Dwight said that you guys resolved it and, competitive guys, but seeing teammates, come together like that on the sideline, with a shove and all that, we're not used to seeing that very often. It's not something you see very often. Why should that not be looked at as a sign of, a fracture with the chemistry of this team?
Y'all can look at it how y'all want to look at it. That's on y'all, but in-house, what we do in that locker room and what we say, we keep it to ourselves. And like I say, after the situation, happened, me and DH, we talked about it, and we left it at that.
Guys, I think the word maybe that got used most during training camp was patience, and that was going to, LeBron, you used it a lot with us. Is that an easier said than done thing, sitting here 0-2, not playing the way you have wanted, I think, for long enough stretches in these games?
Well, obviously, the name of the game is to win ball games. But there's a process along with building something to become the team that you want to become. And I know it firsthand. I know, the shortcomings that happens throughout when you're trying to build something special. And, it doesn't happen overnight. As much as you want it, you're going to get frustrated at times because you know what you're capable of. You know what the team can become capable of. But it just takes time, and we'll know when that time is. But right now we got to just continue to push, continue to stay positive, continue to push, continue to work our habits, continue to play good basketball for one another, and get on the board, get on the winning board. Obviously, that's the most one of the things that we want to do. But we're going to have games that we win, we should have lost. We're going to have games that we lost that we should have won. But ultimately, I think if we continue to get better as the months go on, as the season go on, then we will be the team that we want to be.
AD, what was the nature of the defensive miscue that you and Dwight were trying to figure out? You guys were discussing.
Just a pick and roll scheme. That was it. Let's say me and him trying to figure, not just me and him, but all of us trying to figure out on the defensive end. And something happened. I was saying one thing, he was saying another on the scheme, and one thing led to another. And like I said, we talked about it, and we left it in the locker room at halftime.
In addition to what happened with you and Dwight, there was text tonight. There was a fan that got up in Rondo, and the emotions of this night. Do you think there's any reflection on how your team composes itself, or how you can handle emotions in high, intense games like this?
We got to do a better job of, not allowing calls that we feel like should have went our way stop us from what our goal is out on the floor. There were some very, very difficult calls that we felt like we should have went our way, but we allowed that to, combat 3, 4, 5 possessions in a row, and we started to lose control of the game because we were kind of too worried about what they were calling or whatnot. So I think that side of the emotion side kind of got to us tonight, and that's what happens when you're trying to get over the hump. You're trying to, play perfect basketball or as close to perfect as possible. And, one call here or one mistake here seems like it's the end of the world when it shouldn't be, but, we'll get better with it. We have no choice but to get better with it.
Rashawn Haylock, KTLA 5 Sports. LeBron, a lot of frustration, obviously, but what is something that you can take away from tonight that the team improved on, that you guys got better at tonight?
I don't think it's a lot of frustration. I really don't. I think there's moments when you're frustrated because you want to be better. You want better communication. You don't want to turn the ball over. You don't want to give up a layup. You don't want to miss an assignment. But I think it can get overly blown when you lose a game and you have some text here and you see altercation. You start saying, okay, well, these guys are ultimately, the whole thing is frustration. And well, we're competitors. If you don't get mad at certain things on the floor that you feel like should have done better, then what are you here for? So, we like that as a ball club. We like that adversity. I like that adversity, and I like it even more when two men and a team can come together and talk about it and move on. I mean, that's what real men do. You don't let it linger. You say what you got to say, and you talk about it and you move on. That's what we did tonight.